Hey there, welcome, and thank you so much for taking the opportunity to watch this video. My name is Carrie Donahue. For those of you who don't know me, I am a health and fitness coach, and I have a business opportunity to share with you today. Most of the information, just so that you know, so that I am completely transparent, is from this book. It's called The 4-Year Career by Richard Bliss Brooke. He is not a health and fitness coach. He has joined a long time ago a different network marketing company and has built a fortune. And so he wrote a book about the 4-year career, but it applies to all network marketing companies. So it's something that I just want to share with you and how I'm using it as a health and fitness coach to build financial security for myself, build financial security for the people who join my team, and just basically create this health and fitness team empire, just basically, fueling health and fitness for a lot of people. So I'm going to share my screen real quick so that I keep on track. Let's see here. Okay, so let me play this. Okay, so the 4-year career opportunity, and doing it with the health and fitness coaching with Surrender Upwards Nation, which is the name of my team. So let's get into this. The traditional career paths that we normally have available to us, that we are told about from childhood, are that we can go into debt or hopefully get some sort of scholarship to get a 4-year degree. But generally speaking, we're going to be taking out a loan to get that 4-year degree and go into debt. So before we even start our working careers, we are owing people money. Then we find a great paying job. We work for 40 plus years, working our way up little by little, paying off the debt and setting aside as much money as possible for retirement. But inevitably, we will likely retire with less money each year to pay for our expenses than what we needed to live the first 40 years, because we simply have not built up a large enough nest egg to continue the style of living that we were accustomed to during our working careers. We simply don't have enough once we separate it out for the amount of years that we presume we will live during retirement to be able to keep that kind of lifestyle up. The network marketing career, however, this is sort of the standard of what the career is all about. You love and use the product. Then you recommend that product to others who are in need or in want of it, the same way that you would get on social media and you would recommend a great restaurant that you had just seen. Or if you just got a haircut and you loved the way that the stylist did your hair, styled your hair, colored your hair, you would get on social media and you'd share that with others because you are genuinely impressed by the company and the product. So first you love and use the product, and then you recommend that product to people that you see might have a need or a want for the product and for the results that they can get. Then you invite either customers that you already have or people who could be your customers, again, the people who need or want the things that you have to sell, to just take a look at the income opportunity like I'm doing with you today. And then from there, you actually grow your income geometrically versus in a linear fashion from a traditional 40-year career. This is what that looks like. So the picture on the left is you would be the blue person at the top, and you could get a couple of people. It might be 2, it might be 3, it might be 4, it might be 5, depending on how you work your business. You get as many people as you can to work the business with you. And then they would do the same thing. Those people who are working the business the same way that you're working the business, they get a few people to work the business with them. So 2 turns into 4, 4 turns into 8. If you're starting with 4, if you get 4 people, 4, and then they get 4 people, then 4 turns into 8, 8 turns into 16, 16 turns into 64, 64 turns into 256. Do you see how that works? So each level that you go down, as your people work the business and get people to join them, then your growth income potential grows geometrically, versus in a linear fashion. When you're working a 40-year career, every year you're up for a raise. That raise tends to be about the same amount. Unless you get promoted, your raise is going to typically be between 1% and 5%, and that's being generous. So there's definitely, the growth potential is greater, which is why we call it the 4-year career and not the 40-year career. By growing geometrically, you increase your income exponentially greater than what you would in a traditional job. Now, not everybody joins to work, okay? So the picture over here, the typical amount of people, 51% of people join network marketing companies for a little additional income. They work it more like a hobby, but they're not necessarily in it to work it for a full-time income. It does say 34% join it for the full-time income, but not necessarily all of that 34% is going to stick with it long enough to see that full-time income. So they will end up falling into and adding to that 51% of having it just be a little extra cash. And then you get people that join just for extra accountability, just because they love the products, just because they want to be a part of the community, because the community in network marketing is amazing, because the people that you join have a similar passion as you. Now, regular income versus what we call residual income. Residual income is income that you don't directly work for each month. So as you build a group of people, a team who are doing the same thing that you're doing, who are finding more people to enjoy the products, to recommend the products, to add more people to their own teams, you get what's called residual income. You didn't directly go out and get that customer to give you a commission. These are people that your people have gotten, and you get a percentage of that. There's a formula that's followed, so you get residual income. So if you get sick and you can't work, and you have already built up a team, you get residual income. So regular income versus residual income. So regular income, your income grows in a linear fashion, like I stated earlier. Residual income, it grows exponentially. As long as the people continue to work underneath you, it continues to grow. Income stops if you become disabled in a regular job, versus income can continue indefinitely for residual income. You have to chase your income for regular income, but you can be the master of your own wealth creation with residual income. You are financially dependent on a job, a regular job, versus you can become financially independent by creating residual income. Time freedom, income continues to be created as long as the people underneath you continue to work. So those are just all of the benefits to a 4-year career with network marketing. Now, something to state, I know a lot of one big thing that people wonder about is this a pyramid scam? And in the 4-year career book, a pyramid scam, he identifies as being something where the product that you buy is literally only helpful as long as you are a distributor of the product. If you decide not to be a distributor of the product, then all of a sudden the product is no longer something that you would want or need to have. So literally all of the sales are built on your ability to get another distributor and not just to get customers, because people are not going to buy the product unless they become a distributor. So that is a traditional pyramid scam. But if you have a large foundation of customers that legitimately want and need that product, and your product is priced competitively with other things, then that is network marketing, true network marketing that is backed by the United States government as a viable income source. Something now that I wanted to just share with you is, as I said, the person who wrote this, Richard Blissbrook, is not a health and fitness coach. He is in a different company. There are many, many companies out there. So now I just want to say, why should you join me? Why should you become a health and fitness coach? So here's a little bit of my story. I was a high school athlete, and then I wasn't a high school athlete anymore. I struggled with my weight from pre-puberty, definitely during puberty, and then once I was no longer actively trying to stay fit through high school athletics, I started the roller coaster ride of weight gain and weight loss that many of us experience. The majority of my weight loss would simply be restricting the amount of food that I was eating, but not changing the actual food that I was eating. I was not ever becoming healthy by losing weight. And it was constantly a calories in versus calories out kind of thing for me. I got extremely frustrated and finally began a somewhat better version of health and fitness right before we had our son, right before I became pregnant with our son, Caden. And so I started that journey, but then because it was a very brand new thing, I got pregnant. I stopped doing everything except sort of trying to eat healthy. And then it was a year later, after I'd given birth to him and after he'd been alive for a year before I finally got back into it. And I struggled. I struggled with just keeping up with it. I struggled with eating healthy. I struggled with just trying to stay with healthy habits in a world that does not support that kind of lifestyle. And I finally broke through. I had a breakthrough. Caden was about 2.5 years old, or was 1.5 years old. Finally had a breakthrough and started to really clean up my diet and really be consistent with my workouts. And then we PCS'd. And so again, another dip. It was during the holiday season. I like fell hard. And by the time January rolled around, I was like, that's enough. I have to do this for myself, for my child, for my husband, for everything. And I got into it and saw amazing results. And a couple months later had dropped way below what I thought I could ever achieve, and said, I need to share this with people. I need other people to understand that they can do it too. At 36 years old, it had been such a struggle for me, but I finally had that breakthrough that I just wanted to share with people. And it was God's divine intervention that he had a Facebook friend for me that was doing this health and fitness coaching thing. And I saw a post of hers right when I was like, I need to share this with people. I saw a post of hers for sharing it with people and creating income. And I said, I could share it with people, but it could be like an actual job, like a real backed by, income job that I could do. And it all came together, and it's just been one of those things that I have not looked back. I have the pleasure of not needing to have a full-time income right now so that I can begin to build this business. But I tell you that there are so many people in my larger team that's above me, because of course I'm not the top one. I'm part of somebody else's team as well. And at the same time, I'm building my own team. But there's plenty of people who start this working 40 hours a week and doing it, with children and just fitting in a couple hours a night, a couple hours here, a couple hours there, to begin to just get the word out and build their teams, and in the hopes that eventually they can go down to part-time, or they can quit their jobs, or they can bring their spouse home from work, or they can be the stay-at-home mom that they really, really desire to be. So it's not something that you have to work full-time. And Richard Bliss Brooke even says it in the book that you don't need to be working full-time to make this work. And it gives you time freedom. Like I said, once you build your team and grow exponentially, you get those monthly checks, whether you have literally signed somebody up personally or not, because you have a team of people underneath you that are signing up people as well and bringing in that income. But don't feel as though this is, I am not a salesperson. I am definitely like the furthest thing from a salesperson ever. And yet I found something that I'm passionate about, the products that are of such an amazing quality that I can be passionate about the products. And I literally just share it with other people. So if this income opportunity sounds amazing to you, I highly recommend you just buy the book, first of all, and read more about it, because there's a wealth of information. The audiobook is amazing. I bought the audiobook first, and there's success stories in the audiobook that are not in the paperback book. And it will blow your mind. And if you're interested in just having extra accountability for becoming your healthiest self, for having resources to become your healthiest self, to share that with others, because I know you've got people in your life that need to get on a health and fitness regimen as well. And all of that sounds great, and you want to hear more about how to do it with me and through Beachbody, then by all means, please contact me back, or get in contact. I will get in contact with you, get in contact with me, and we can see if this is the right opportunity for you, because that really is the key. It needs to be the right opportunity for you, at least at the very base level of just being a customer. You got to love the products. You got to love the results that you can get with the products. And then see if the income potential is something that could work for you. So thank you again so much for watching this video, and I hope it was informative. I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to talk to you soon.